Welcome to the Family Geekery Podcast, a podcast for geeks from a family of geeks. We talk about comics, video games, and anything else geeky. I'm Amber.
And I'm Chris. And Danny got tied up at work, had a work emergency. Adulting kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But she wishes she could be here to share in this week of New Games November. New, whatever the plural is. New Game November.
It's like passers-by.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
But we'll have to catch up with her in the next episode, and maybe she can give us a quick rundown of what she played this week. But it's just Amber and I today.
Woo woo.
So, yeah, before we talk about the things that we're about to talk about, we got to talk about something else.
Oh, man.
Oh, I should have recorded Danny's Geeky Weeks. All right, give it your best shot, Amber.
Geeky Week, Geeky Week.
It's good enough. And for that, you won the first Geeky Week.
Woo, what a surprise. I watched a couple movies. I watched Saturday Night, the SNL movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, even though I didn't know who anybody was.
Oh, yeah.
But I, Googled around a little bit, and afterwards I saw that it was, like, pretty faithful to what actually happened. So it was cool, and it was, like, really entertaining, and all of the acting was good. I thought the guy who played, Jim Henson was really funny, but I know him from Disney movies. He was in Disney Channel movies. But he played a couple characters in Saturday Night.
Oh, is he the one that also played
Billy, Bob, Dawn, the foreign Andy.
Andy. Yeah.
Yep. Got there eventually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really tall.
Yeah.
He was in Secession. He played basically one of the main parts in Secession. But when we saw that movie, we saw it in the theater. I was like, oh, it's that guy from that thing. And then a couple minutes later, it's like, hey, that's the same guy.
Him again.
Yeah. Like, was the budget short, or was this guy just really good?
I actually saw them interview him about it, and he said he was, like, originally just playing Andy, but they didn't have anybody to play Jim Henson or vice versa or something, so they were like, you do it. Just go ahead.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I really liked that. And now I kind of just want to go back and watch the first episode of SNL just to see how it kind of turned out.
Yeah.
Actually live. But I also watched Frankenstein on Netflix, the new Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie. And that was phenomenal. That was really good.
Who was the monster in that one?
The monster was Jacob Elordi. And I was kind of joking the whole time, like, this is the guy from Kissing Booth and Euphoria. And now he's the creature and he's doing great. But then Oscar Isaac was Victor Frankenstein, which was really good also.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I liked that. I've read the Frankenstein book and it was a couple of years ago, but this seemed like a pretty faithful adaptation of that as well. Speaking of books, I started a new audiobook and I'm listening to Ender's Game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The regular book or the teleplay version? Or the one that's acted out?
I think it's like slightly acted out. There's like a couple of different narrators, like one main guy. But then I think when they do the adults and then when they have the sisters' POV, they do someone else.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how much of the book follows the sister, but I just read one chapter and it was like a girl narrator instead.
Gotcha. I believe I remember Audible putting out a full produced version of it. And it had like famous people like acting out the parts.
Oh.
And I tried to listen to it because I'd already read the book or listened to the book at some point. And I tried to listen to it and it was just too distracting. So I'm guessing that's not the version you're reading.
Yeah, this one's, I guess, the first narrator credit is Stefan Rudnicki. So, I don't know. It's pretty good, and once you get past the first chapter of hearing two voices, it doesn't happen all that often. So,
Gotcha.
but yeah, I did not realize that he was 6 years old.
Yeah.
In the movie they get a teenager to play him, so it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. It's just like the Hunger Games. No, this is a 6-year-old.
Yeah, that's why it took so long to get to a movie, because the guy who wrote it, Orson Scott Card, Orson Scott. Did I get it right the first time?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That guy. He would not sell the rights or give up the rights or, allow a production of it until they found the right kids. And there were some really famous kids that they brought to the table throughout the years. And he said, no, too old.
Wow.
And they just couldn't find, I guess, a uberly talented 6-year-old. But
makes sense.
they eventually, I guess in the movie, he's not
He's
6.
like
but
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's small.
So I'm really enjoying that. I took a trip, was in the car for like 3 hours, so got a lot of that done. I'm like almost halfway through already, and I just started it.
So you saw the movie first, and now you're reading the book.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you can't not think about some of the actors, like the guy from Hannah Montana.
The thing is, I forget who all the characters are, and there's so many like bully characters, I don't remember which one was Rico.
Okay. Rico from Hannah Montana.
but it's good, and I'm enjoying that.
Cool.
And then also the Game Awards nominations came out, and you can vote. So vote.
Use your voice.
Except when I tried to vote on my phone earlier, it may have just been really slow because it was like overloaded with people, or maybe it was because I was on my phone, or I don't know, but it wasn't really letting me vote. But go vote. Vote for Hades 2, please.
Is that up for Game of the Year?
It is. Surprisingly, Blueprints isn't, but that's up for Indie Game of the Year. Or not Indie Game of the Year, but Indie Debut or Debut Indie or whatever.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I think it should pretty much grab that one.
I'm hoping that Hades 2 wins Indie Game of the Year, and then Blueprints wins Debut Indie Game. Because as much as I want it to happen, I don't think Hades 2 is going to beat like Death Stranding and Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Like, those are the two big tickets, I think.
Yeah. Those are some big ones.
And those are up for everything. So I think one of those is going to take away the win. But yeah. Some exciting games are announced on there, and Marvel Rivals is up for one game or one award. I think it's Best Ongoing Game, which is cool. So
nice.
Yeah. And that is it for me.
Alrighty. Let's see. I had, if you would believe it, a 3-movie week. It's one of those weeks.
Wow.
And I went to see Predator Badlands, and that was really good.
Oh.
It's so I saw the original Predator back in, I don't know, the 80s or whatever, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then there's been a lot of movies since then that I haven't seen. And then there's been a lot of Aliens movies since the original Aliens movies that I haven't seen. And there's been a bunch of tie-in movies between the two that I haven't seen. And the fandom for those movies is large. It's like a very devoted fandom. And what I'm hearing from that fandom, because I work with some of them, is, hey, that's not my Predator. My Predator, is the bad guy, and he comes to Earth and he kills humans. And now he's the protagonist in this movie, and we're supposed to have feelings for him. So my response to that is, hey, I went and saw the movie. It's a good movie. If you take the whole Predator theme out of it, and it's just some protagonist on this journey, and he goes through the trials and tribulations that he does, and he comes out the other side the way he did, then it's a great movie. But if you put it in the, in the whole setting that you know and love, maybe you don't have the same feeling. But I have no connection to that whole overall fandom, so it was a great movie for me.
Nice.
And then a couple nights ago, I went and saw the Running Man reboot.
I forgot that came out. Was it good?
It was really good.
Okay.
Another Arnold Schwarzenegger reboot. And that was great. Good story, lots of action, of course, and just all around good movie. And the guy who plays Thanos, what's his name?
Josh Brolin. He did an awesome job. Of course, you like to see him in this kind of a, bad guy, if you will, type thing. It didn't snap his fingers or anything, but he was still a bad guy that had to get exposed and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was a good action, good comedy, and it's worth it just to see Michael Cena play his part. Sarah.
John
Cena.
John Cena's son. And then yesterday I saw Now You See Me, Now You Don't. And I went with your mother, which had not seen any of them, so I think over the weekend we watched the first two first, and then went and saw this. So it was a 5-movie weekend for me.
Wow.
And that was a great movie too. I love those movies, not because I'm a big fan of magic, but just because I love how they set up their illusions and then show the behind the scenes of how they got all the things done that they did.
Yeah.
That's always great, the way they reveal them. And but the weird thing is, I sat and watched the first 2 movies, which I had seen before.
Yeah.
And much like you had admitted that you had watched one and completely forgot that you had seen the second one and not the first one, or the scene that you were thinking of when the second one.
Yes.
So much like that, I'm sitting through both of these movies and I'm waiting for this amazing trick to happen, and it doesn't. And I'm like, wait.
Huh?
There's only like 10 minutes left in the movie. When is this going to happen? And I've got the whole thing, the whole scene, and how it's done, and what they do, all in my head. And I'm like, is there a third movie? So I jump on IMDb. Like, there can't be a third movie. And there isn't, right? The one that's out right now is the third movie. I'm like, what the heck? So I had to go to Google and Google search, hey, in what movie... And I actually said, which Now You See Me movie did the magicians put the entire audience to sleep and then teleport them or transport them to another city?
That's the first movie.
No.
What?
No. And Google plainly told me, hey, that's not in any of those movies.
What?
So I said, okay, Google, if you're so smart, what movie did it happen? Like, it couldn't tell me the first time. I had to ask it, like, specifically, what movie did that happen in? And it was the Amazing Burt Wonderstone or Wonderstar or something like that. It was a movie, a completely different movie with Jim Carrell, what's his name?
Who? Carrey?
Steve Carell. Steve Carell and some other people that were magicians in Vegas or something like that, or retired or something like that. And they did that stunt.
I don't know if I've seen that movie, but that sounds so familiar.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, but they, if you've seen the movie, they put the audience to sleep, and then it shows them putting like name tags on all of them, or toe tags on all of them, putting them in a semi, driving them to another city.
Yeah.
And then setting them back up.
I've seen that. Maybe it was on TikTok.
Yeah. But and what really weirded me out is a very similar thing happened in the second movie. Was it the second movie? In the second movie.
I don't remember.
When they went down the tube.
Yeah.
And they ended up...
Well, they do the rain stuff, right? Make it rain.
Yeah, but I mean, when... what's his name? Harry Potter teleported them to China.
Oh, yes, that's what happened.
So when that happened, I was like, well, that's awfully weird. That's the same thing that they did to the whole audience, but it just happened to 4 of them. But I got that all straightened out in my head now. I know which movies will, at least for the next 24 hours, and then I'll forget them all again.
Nice.
But yeah, that was a great movie. And then other than that, I played a really cool game that I'd like to talk about.
Oh?
Yeah.
For your game? Your new game? Or a separate new game?
For my new game.
Okay, go for it.
I had no time to do anything else. I was dedicated to this game. So let's go ahead and kick it off to the main segment here, and we're talking about New Game November. And if we remember, each of us had picked out a game for the first one, and I picked out a card game / board game or whatever for the first one, a PC game for the second one, so I was up for a mobile game this time. So I went on the Apple mobile store, started perusing, because I had nothing in mind, and I just start searching, and I don't remember how I landed on this one, but I landed on it. I was like, oh, that sounds good. Had some really good reviews, and it looked really interesting. The art style was awesome, and those are the things that make you download something, so I downloaded it. And it is called Chants of Sennaar. And chants as in like, not like chants like in gambling chants. Chants of Sennaar, Sennaar. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
All right, well, let me tell you about it.
Okay.
So I found it on the App Store, but as it turns out, it's available on Steam, PlayStation,
Cheater!
Android, iOS, Nintendo Switch, like pretty much everything. But I didn't know that at the time. And it's all point and clickish, so it'll work on pretty much any type of gaming platform. But the overall premise of it is you are this main protagonist person that wakes up somewhere at the base of a tower or something, and you have to, I don't know, I guess the overall premise is you have to get to the top of the tower, but every level of the tower is a different, like, class system. There's, like, plebeians, and then there's, like, warriors and chosen ones, and then there's bards, and each of them have their own language, and their language is all logographic writing systems.
Oh.
Which is just like symbols, and they just talk in these symbols, and you have no idea what they're saying, but you have a journal. And if you think you know what one of them is, then you go into your journal and you click on the little logo and you type in something, so that the next time you see that, it has, like in subdued writing, it has that word with a question mark next to it, meaning, hey, this is what I think it is.
Oh.
But if you do lock it in, then it becomes a bold word. So that way you know, hey, this word is right. So if you walk up to someone and they just spout out 4 symbols, then you click on those 4 symbols and it's just ... like, you know nothing. But if you had guessed one of those symbols was the word me or I, and you put that in your journal, then it would say me ... So you work your way around, you talk to more people, you try to get from context of, the things that they're doing or the things that they're looking for, and you keep filling out your journal. You find signs, on the streets, and signs on shops and stuff like that. And if you see a picture of a lute and there's a symbol above it, then hey, this shop must be either a music shop or a lute shop or, something like that. Instrument shop. So you put in your journal, instrument or lute or whatever you want to put in there to remember it. And then as you walk around, you backtrack and you talk to more people and you say, oh, now I'm filling in some of the gaps. Now it says me blank blank lute, You're like, oh, okay, so maybe he's looking for a loot, or he's selling a loot, or something. And then every now and then, every so often, you'll stumble upon something, and it will trigger your journal to put a page in there with pictures. And then those pictures will be like a picture of a loot and a picture of a person pointing to himself. And then you lock in your guesses, and at that point, that's when they become bold. So then now, hey, that is definitely an instrument. It wasn't a loot. So it erases out your loot word, and it puts instrument. And the person pointing to himself is me. So now, as you walk around, you'll see people saying things to you. So you work your way around the first level and try to lock in this whole language. And then through all these different puzzles and discovery, and even some simple gameplay of stealth, like stealth sequences, working your way around, guards or something like that. Then you can, you basically finish that level and you ascend up the tower by unlocking different doors and stuff. And then you're in a completely different area, and the whole setting looks different. The graphics look different, the people look different, and oops, there's a whole new language. And it is nowhere close.
Ooh.
But, now you have something to reference to. If you find, like, and early on in that level, you find a shield, and the shield has a sentence in it in the old language, and then a sentence underneath it. You can kind of, like, say,
translate a little.
Maybe it's the same sentence.
Oh.
So then you can kind of make your guesses. And the weird thing is, or I guess it's not weird, but like one of the languages is very much like ours. Like you would say, I am looking for George. And then the next language is very European. Like it would say, George, I am looking for.
Oh.
So all your glyphs are kind of in a backwards, like European type order. So that gets a little confusing when you're trying to match glyph for glyph, because they're not going to match up.
Right.
But you work your way through there, then you get to a third level, then you get to a fourth level. And overall, there's this whole overarching story of how, this level doesn't want the people below them to make it up to their level. They don't deserve to be there. And then you get up to the next level, and they think the people below them are not all that great. And then by the time you get to the very top, then the story really unfolds, and your mission is to make everybody talk to each other and all live in harmony.
Oh.
So then you have to kind of backtrack through the whole tower, and you have to start hitting these special gates that you never had a way to access before, but now you do, and you have to kind of like break down the barriers between the levels.
Oh.
So I would like to think 98% done with the game as of the time I hit record, because I made it up to the top. I unlocked all the gates, and now I have just have to, I think, make it back up to the top to finish out the story.
Cool.
But it is, when I first downloaded it, I went to, how long to beat or how long to play or whatever that website is. And it says like 9 to 10 hours. And I'm like, okay, I can do that in a week. My game save is showing a little bit north of that, but I was sitting on the couch watching TV, playing it at the same time. So I don't think I'm slow at the puzzles. I think I just wasn't focused. But it is definitely worth it. It's a free download. But by the time you make it through, probably halfway through the first language, then it says, hey, if you want to unlock the full game, it's $7.99. And it is worth every single penny of that $7.99. It's a small team. It's like 2 designers, an artist, and a composer. Very small indie studio. So it's well worth supporting these folks with $7.99.
Yeah, I saw they're the developers that also made Little Nightmares and Dead Cells, which are 2 games that I know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're the same,
or if they just adapted it.
It might be the same publisher.
It says developer.
Oh, okay. I did see those in the game. It does say, other games, and I wasn't ever sure if that was the same game designers or if it was the same game publishers. But
App Store's calling them developers.
okay.
So, yeah.
This one came out in 2023. I think it was started during COVID. And they started putting this thing together, inspired by the Tower of Babel. And then they listed out some of the games that inspired them. Let's see. Adventure games, several puzzle games like Return of Obra Dinn, Outer Wilds, and the Talos Principle. I've heard of all those. And then some 1980s adventure games like Get Dexter, Night Lore, and Fairlight. And it's a great game. It won the Off-Broadway Award for Best Indie Game in 2024 from the New York Game Awards.
Wow.
It's been nominated for several things, the Golden Joystick Award, Games for Impact from the Game Awards.
Oh. Go vote.
The Hugo Awards, Nebula Awards. It's been nominated for a lot of those. That was in 2023 and 2024. But yeah, it's awesome. And I think that you would really like it, Amber.
Okay. Yeah, I looked at it. It looked cool.
And I'll even spring the $7.99 if you want to play it. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for my game.
Okay.
What you got for this week?
So, I played a board game.
Nice.
I played a game called Lost Cities, which I guess is old. It says it came out in 1999.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's a 2-player board game. I was looking for some 2-player ones, and I played it on Tabletop Sim, and dang, it's so good to play games on Tabletop Sim when people have it all programmed out so you can just, like, it's all there set up, and they had, like, calculators, like, automatic calculators. Oh, it's so nice. It makes gaming so easy. So shout out to all people who make games like that on Tabletop Sim, but the person who made this one too. Thank you. But this game, I played it once all the way through, and it was pretty quick, because it's only 2 players, so it's kind of like a Sudoku type game. like you have to increase rank, but there's like 4 or 5 different colors of expeditions that you go on, and to go on an expedition you just like place cards that match that color, but both players are playing from the same deck, and but playing their own expeditions. So, and there's only like 2 through 10 in each color, and only 1 of each. And then there's a couple of like multiplier cards that if you want to bet on finishing the expedition, you get bonus points. But if you fail, you lose your bonus points.
Oh.
So I guess the story of it is like you have to like get positive points to win, because every time you place a card or start an expedition, you at the end of that round you'll have minus 20 points to that. So it's kind of hard to get positive point values. Unless you get really lucky. Like, it was just really weird. And then the multiplier was strange also. It kind of felt backwards to me, because I was like, okay, so I'll multiply my points and then I'll subtract 20. No, you subtract the 20 first and then you multiply.
Whoa.
Yeah, so the whole time, like the first round I was playing, I was like, I'm gonna get so many points for this, and then I ended up with like 8 points or something, because it was like a 2 times 4. Like,
Wow.
Because I only had 2 net positive points with the minus 20. So it was a little annoying to get the hang of it. But it played pretty quick, and I would compare it to a game that I've played a lot, Jaipur, where it's like pretty quick, just the 2-player game, and you can just like breeze through it. It's like a best 2 out of 3 kind of thing, because you play 3 rounds and the person with the most points at the end wins. But It was kind of cool. I don't know if I'll go out and buy it, but I'll definitely load it up on Tabletop Sim if I'm craving it again. I just don't know if my brain can comprehend the backwards math. It's really hard because you'll like be waiting for that thing. You'll be waiting for the 10, and then it's the last card you draw and you can't play because you play and then you draw, and then when the stack of cards is gone, that's when the game ends. So it's like a little tough, especially when both players are working towards the same expedition, or yeah, but it was fun, kind of.
Is it based in a particular time period?
I'm not sure. It kind of looks like Indiana Jones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so modern, kind of.
Not,
but
I was thinking
maybe.
I was thinking like a European discovery of America type time frame.
No, a little later than that. It's probably like looking for archaeology, like looking for the
Temple
Egyptian
of the Sphinx.
tombs or whatever. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And it's strictly 2 players?
This version is. I don't know if they have other versions, but yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, but it was quick. It was like over in 20 minutes. Really easy to pick up, especially if you played like other card games, because all you have to do is just play a bigger number on top of a smaller number. A little bit of strategy and risk reward going in with the like multiplier cards, because you have to play those first. So you could start your, like, one time that this happened to me, like I started my entire hand was like full of red cards, but I didn't have a red multiplier, and I had multipliers of like every other color. And I was like trying to play the other card, like the other colors, waiting for the red multiplier. And then I was like, man, I'm going to run out of turns. I have to start playing my red cards. And then I drew the red multiplier. I'm like,
geez.
Come on. I could have had positive points instead of -4.
That's how those games go.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So you would recommend that?
I think so. If you're like looking for, if you're at like a board game bar, board game coffee shop place, and they have it, I'd give it a shot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Links down in the description below. All right. Well, we'll have to catch up with Danny next episode and see what she played. Any other final notes on your game or my game?
No.
All right. Well, go check out those games. Let us know what you think about them. Hit us up on our socials. Send us an email, podcast@familygeekery.com. Tell us what games you're playing, or if you've played some of the games that we talked about. Let us know what you thought.
Yeah.
And let us know if you've seen the fantastic Burt Wonderstone, or whatever the name it was.
I have seen that. Wait, that's the one where they're competing. It's like a comedy.
Oh, it's definitely comedy.
I've seen that.
Okay. That's when you saw that scene then.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely watched that movie. Jim Carrey's also in it.
Yeah. I buried that one, didn't I?
Wow.
I started with Jim Carell.
Yeah. You just had to say it a second time, and then it all came flooding back to me.
Yeah. Wasn't one like living in or working in an old fogey home or something like that in Vegas? And
I think they started out as like brothers or partners or something.
Yeah.
And then they like got into a fight and split up. Wow.
So that's the bonus recommendation for the week, for the episode.
Yeah.
Whatever that movie is. Wondrous, fantastic.
The Incredible Burt Wonderstone.
Incredible. Okay. I'm sure I said that at some point. But that's going to wrap it up for this episode. We thank you as always for listening. And until next time, peace out.
Peace out.
And
And
geek out.
geek out.
Thank you for listening to the Family Geekery podcast. For more information, visit www.familygeekery.com. Don't forget to subscribe at your favorite podcast provider. And until next time, peace out and geek out.